Bond prices are too freaking high, and it's even harder for free to play to become a member. With the latest poll, with them potentially increasing prices, which I know they backtracked on, but the next viable way of becoming a member, if you're free to play, is going to be making money and buying bonds. So welcome to this year's guide on high alching for profit, free to play edition. Some of the basic things you're going to need is going to be 55 magic, which isn't too high of a requirement. Probably about 50 to 100k in cash to spend on these items. You can use less, but this is probably the minimum that you would want to spend, just so you don't have to continuously buy stuff every couple minutes. And other than that, that's about it. Some of these items you'll make pretty good profit on per hour, and you'll be making good experience per hour as well. Nature runes are currently sitting at 100 GP each, so this is going to be real easy to figure out profit for you. The first set of items we're going to start with are going to be the necklaces, and these have a buy limit of 18,000 every 4 hours, so you never have to worry about hitting the buy limit, and they have relatively good margins for the cost per item. Rubies alch for 1305, emeralds alch for 855, diamonds alch for 2205, and sapphires alch for 630. They have a high trade volume, so it shouldn't be any problem buying these. The next list of items I want to talk about are another jewelry, which are rings. And these are the diamond ring, ruby ring, and ring of forging. The diamond ring alch for 2115, and the ruby and forging ring alch for 1215 each. These have a buy limit of 11,000 every 4 hours, and another item you shouldn't have any problem buying. The next items on the list are going to be a little bit cheaper, and these are going to be items that are usually under 500 GP each. So if you don't have a lot of money, this is the way to go. Fortunately, these buy limits are only 125 every 4 hours, so you're going to have to go between each item and continuously put in offers. But the first one is going to be the iron plate body, which has a high alch value of 336, and it is traded roughly around 40,000 times a day. Another couple items that are going to be in that running are also going to be the steel plate legs and plate skirts, which alch for 600 GP each. The mithril sword, which alch for 507, and the adamant dagger, which alch for 480. With the nature rune prices at being at 100. Alright, so on these steel items, you're looking at about making 100 GP on each for the legs and the skirt, about 50 GP for the myth sword, about 60 GP on the iron plate bodies, and about 130 on the addy daggers. And these last set of items are basically, if money's not an issue to you and you don't mind spending thousands of GP, but you're going to be making the highest profit margin on these items. The first set of items are going to be the bodies, and these are going to include the addy plate, the mithril plate, the steel plate, and the green d'hide body. The addy plate alch for 99.84. The mithril plate alch for 3120, the steel plate alch for 1200, and the green d'hide alch for 4680. These only have a buy limit of 125 each, so you're going to have to go between all these items every 4 hours. And our next item is going to be the rune items. These are going to be the most expensive free-to-play items that you can get, but they also potentially have the highest profit margin on each one. The downside to the rune items is you can only buy 70 at a time every 4 hours, so it really does hinder the amount that you can alch. However, if you only play the game for a couple hours a day, this isn't a bad way to just make passive income and increase your magic level. Rune legs, rune skirt, they alch for 38.4. Rune kites alch for 32.69. Rune fulls alch for 21,120. Rune plate bodies alch for 3,900. Rune 2Hs alch for 38.4. Rune daggers alch for 4.8, and the rune longs alch for 19.2. All these items are very easy to get, so you shouldn't have any problem buying them. Just kind of keep an eye on with the current market price and rotate between all of them. And last but not least are some miscellaneous items, and these items only have a buy limit of 40 each, but have actually relatively high profit margin. The first one's going to be the rune axe, which alchs for 76.80. Next is going to be the rune pick, which alchs for 19.2. and surprisingly the mithril pick, which alks for 780. You're not going to be making a ton of profit per hour, again, since you can only buy 40 every 4 hours. And finally, the overview of everything. So here is a list of all the items we went over today. Here is the trade limit of all the items that we went over today. The buy price of all the items. Here is the high alch value of all the items. The profit that you'll make per alch on each item. And the profit per hour. Now, this is based off of nature runes being 100 GP each. And again, this is 1200 alchs an hour. These numbers may vary a little bit for you, and in the future, nature runes may go up and down in price, so that could also impact the price. And last thing I want to go over is some strategies. The best items to alch are going to be the jewelry pieces, the necklaces and the rings. This is going to give you 1, consistent profit per alch. 2, they have the highest trade limit, so you can just buy one item and alch it and not have to worry about other items. And 3, they're relatively cheap. The most expensive items, obviously the diamond pieces, and that's just a little over 2k. So usually anyone can buy these kind of items. Now, if you're looking for the maximum amount of money that you can make, you'll be looking at the rune items and the body pieces, and this equals to 1150 alchs. And if you alch all these items, when you add up the profit for the hour, you're looking at around 360k for that hour. So again, this is going to give you the most bang for your buck, but it's also going to be the most expensive and the most volatile, because these prices are going to fluctuate quite a bit. And lastly, if money is an issue, these are the cheaper items that you can go for just to get your starting cash up. And again, the necklace pieces are going to be your big money makers, just because you can constantly buy them all the time. The other items are just good substitute. If for some reason the necklaces have gone up in price, you can check out some of the other items and just alch that for profit as well. And again, just get your starting cash up. Hopefully this video has helped you and it can help you get a bond, because I know again bond prices are just outrageous. And if it did, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to comment on any other items that may be beneficial for other players, that's why I make this channel and these videos, is to help other players out and just kind of give them guidance, because it can be tough early on, especially in free to play. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.